Hey, I hope you're doing good. It's Chris here from Strum Fingerpicking, and in this lesson I'm going to show you 4 basic but really fun drum beats that you can play on your acoustic guitar while strumming chords. Let's get straight on with the lesson. Okay, so if you want to get all the extras and the tabs for this lesson, that's available on the website sixstrumfingerpicking.com. But let's get on with it. A few lessons ago I made a video on how to play the bass drum and the snare drum on the acoustic guitar. So going over the techniques. And then in this lesson I'm going to show you a few variations of the bass drum and how to kind of spice it up a little bit. So if you haven't seen that, you don't know how to do the techniques, follow the link through to that video and get up to speed. But anyway, so 4 drum beats you can use while strumming chords. So I'm just holding down an A minor, and the very first drum beat that we're going to do is going to sound like this. Okay, so really the most basic one that you can do, but we'll get onto the bass drum in just a second. Let's talk about the strumming. All I'm doing to keep it simple is I'm just playing 16th notes the whole time. Down, up, 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 down, up. 1 E ender, 2 E ender, 3 E ender, 4 E ender for every single example that we're doing here. And I'm just using my first finger. You can use 2 fingers, 3 fingers, however you like to strum. It doesn't really make much difference. I'm holding down an A minor chord. Sometimes I'm going to go to a G chord. I might go to an F chord. But it doesn't matter what chord you're holding down. It doesn't even really matter if you're not holding a chord down at all and you're just laying your fingers flat on the strings like that, muting them. And I actually recommend practicing it both ways. So what's going on here? Taking out the bass drum once more, down, up, down, up. The snare drum, that tap with the thumb, is always landing on the counts of 2 and 4. 1 E ender, 2 E ender, 3 E ender, 4 E ender. And that's the same for each drum beat. So here the bass drum is going to land on 1 and 3. So if we take out the strumming, we're playing 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. With the strumming, okay, so let's break that down. So we're playing the bass drum and we're strumming together on beat 1, okay, followed by up, down, up. So it's a strum, down, and the bass drum, up, down, up. And you just want to practice that if you're not used to it. Okay, and then beat 2 comes along and we strum down with a finger and we play the snare drum at the same time. Okay, like that. So 2, they're together. And it's difficult to get them to line perfectly up, but just keep working on it. Okay, and then up, down, up. So together, up, down, up. And that's it. So that's the first one. And you just repeat that until you can gradually start picking up the speed. Then when you're comfortable, hold down a chord. And start adding in the drums there. And in a bit of time, it does get really comfortable. Okay, so that's the first one. Let's move on to the next one. Okay, so the next drum beat is just going to be the next most basic one that I can think of, and that's 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So we're doubling up the bass drum on the second one. Starts exactly the same. The first half of the bar exactly the same as before, but on the second one we double up with that bass. So exactly the same as before, and then when you get to beat 3 you play the bass drum with a strum down, then strum up, and then you do that twice. So again you'll play the bass drum with the strum down and an up. So together that's bass and strum, up strum, bass and strum, up strum. So it's like, okay, followed by a snare with the strum down, E and up, down, up. So just the second half, bass and strum, up, bass and strum, up, snare, up, down, up. So once more really slowly. Okay, watch that as many times as you need to. Put it all together. Okay, with a chord. Okay, so have some fun with that one. For our third drum beat, we're going to play 1, 2, and 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, 4. Okay, so. Okay, like that. So again, starts exactly the same as the very first one. So bass with a down strum, up, down, up, and then a snare followed by an up, and then bass with a strum down, and then an up strum, and then a bass with the next strum. So from the snare, so yeah. Okay, so 1 E and a 2 E and a 3. 1, 2 and 3, 4. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a. Now, being a drummer, which I am, does help. You know, I've played the drums for something like 20 years, and knowing how to count is going to greatly work to your advantage here. So if you understand where the beats are falling and all the strokes are falling within the bar, it's going to really help you. So it's 1, 2 and 3, 4. Bass, snare, bass, bass, snare. Okay, so that's that one. 1, 2 and 3, 4 E and A. Okay, so the last one, it sounds like this. Okay, so you got 1, 2 and 4. 1, 2 and 4. So I took you through the whole thing. Bass drum with a down strum on the beat of 1, on the count of 1. 1 E and A. So that's been the same in each drum beat that we've done. Followed by the snare, followed by an up, and then a bass drum, followed by an up. Okay? That's the first half of the bar. 1 E and a 2 E and. And then you've got a strum on its own, followed by an up, and then the bass drum with the next strum, followed by an up. So that's, sorry. So far. And then you just got 4 E and A. So that's been the same. So it's the middle bit that's a bit weird here. I'll play it really slowly. Once more. Okay, a bit quicker. And then as soon as you're ready to, and you've got that down, put a chord on it. And then work your way through any chord progression that you've got. So let's have a quick recap. The first one. Which is 1, 2, 3, 4. The second we went 1, 2, 3 and 4. So that's. The third we played 1, 2 and 3, 4. And the last one, the hardest one, 1, 2 and 4. 1, 2 and 4. So play through them. Don't move on to the next one until you've really mastered the one before, and have some fun. I think the best thing you can do once you've got that down is to try and put it on some of your own chords, maybe write your own chord progression, and to get creative with these ideas. Maybe study rhythm if you're not too familiar with it, study some drummers perhaps and some drum beats, and then see if you can perhaps write some of your own drum beats. But that's where we're going to leave it for today. Okay, so that's it for this lesson. I really hope you've enjoyed. If you did, please don't forget to like, share and subscribe for more. And head over to extremefingerpicking.com where you can get all the tabs and extras for this lesson and a whole load more fingerstyle guitar lessons. And I'll see you over there. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.